This is Yelling at Robots European edition. We'll get into it, but first, Yelling at Robots episode 5. Here we go. Action!
Get ready. It's time for world famous Yelling at Robots, starring tech legend Joshua Raphael Reynolds and Ian Thelonious Fosbury. The show starts now.
Welcome to Europe, my friend. They let you in.
They did.
Yeah.
Incredible, right?
Tell us where you are. Tell us what's going on.
So I'm currently at a Nobu in Warsaw, Poland. I'm here for work, so I've been here all week.
And you're just now adapting to, I mean, how's your jet lag? You're just now acclimating?
Yeah,
it's time to go back?
Not to be too graphic, but yeah, I think that my old body
Too
is
graphic.
finally...
Yeah.
I pooped in the morning today.
Were you in the bathroom at the time? Or is that...
Yeah.
Cool. So today's episode, yes. First off, we are on a tight deadline. I forced Ian to get up and interrupt his pooping time to join me in the morning because he's going to be on a flight in the afternoon, and we normally record in the afternoon. And we also are trying a new experiment today, which is to prepare.
I've got my own notes, believe it or not.
You got your own notes? Wow. Wait, notes that I can't see?
Yeah, like notes,
You
like
have
my
secret
thoughts
notes?
about our topics.
Oh, interesting.
In my org mode, Emacs.
Oh God.
Yes, I still use Emacs, and I only use Emacs for org mode and taking notes. I'm leveraging like 1/10 of the power of Emacs.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm not doing it well. I promise.
This is just make an agent do it for you. Emacs agent. Oh man, that thing will
seriously.
be quite mad. It will be quite insane.
Yeah, like, Emacs, you asshole.
Another
It'll be like
brand.
OpenClaw. It'll basically be like, wait, I can fix this. Delete.
Ian and I have also been on vacation for the last 3 weeks, or kind of not producing. While I was on vacation, I cut our episode where we actually looked at some real code. That was fun, and that was a very beefy cut. But one of the things that this is a very selfish personal thing that I noticed was when you're doing a podcast, you really notice how many times you say like you just pause. And Ian, you are unnaturally very good at not doing that. Actually, I've noticed.
Yes.
You curse like a fucking sailor.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You've probably noticed for those of you listening, pardon me, that Josh only catches his own curses with the bleeps, and a few of mine fall through the cracks. Cause,
it's hard. I mean, I have to.
Because it's a really hard job when you got old Foz over here just fuck this, fuck that, fucking asshole, fuck.
I have to do a whole edit pass that's just Foz cursing, and it's like if the episode's 45 minutes long, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
2 hours. See how
2 hours to edit the episode, 4 hours to catch all the.
4 hours for profanity management. Can we get an agent? I'm also working on a profanity management agent.
Yes, we've been off for 3 weeks, and 3 weeks in AI news is a year in the real world. So
I was thinking this morning that like one of the most horrible things about being alive right now is AI. But one of the most wonderful things about having a podcast about AI right now, no lack of content. You are not shy for topics.
Yeah.
At all.
Yes, 100%. So we have a few things that we've been reading, and some of these are recent, some of these are from I don't know what's today, March 27th. So the first one we're going to start with is an article or post, what have you, from a gentleman named Adam Bezemek. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I just call him Adam B. My B boy.
The title of the post is "From Builder to Orchestrator: The Identity Crisis No One's Ready For." So in it, he kind of talks about what he's seeing in the field in terms of like kind of off the top, the big highlight pull quote would be that Boris Cherny, the head of Claude Code at Anthropic, recently told Fortune that he hasn't written a line of code in over 2 months. He's shipping 22 to 27 pull requests per day, all AI
What
generated.
a dick. Yeah, what an a-hole.
Asshole. I actually, quick note, I had a conversation with someone while I was here who was doing the same thing, and one of the things they said was, "My team can't keep up with me," and I was like, "Yeah, no shit."
Yeah, of course not. Nobody can keep up with that.
And so he talks about things in this post about like this feeling for a lot of engineers, especially Josh and myself, which is actually probably one of the reasons Josh said, "Hey, maybe we should do a podcast about this." Is this can cause an identity crisis that nobody's talking about, right? We became engineers because we like building things with our hands. He also mentions this recent study that found AI-assisted coders, what's the word? No, sorry. This is a kind of different topic in the post that talks about, what is it, skill erosion, right? And this is a thing that we've always talked about, which is just the more that we use AI, the dumber I get and the more I feel like I can't code. Which I think I've found a balance with that now. That was more early on when I had started using it and getting it to solve problems for me. I would basically like tell it the problem, shut my brain off, copy paste the answer, that sort of stuff.
Wait until it came back.
Yeah, but that was before we had agents and things that could actually edit our files. That was just like when you were like talking to ChatGPT.
Oh, sure.
And that's real. And the study that he references, which is weird because the study I read I read the abstract and I actually like glanced over it, but the study is about something totally different. But I guess in the study it does talk about AI-assisted coders scored lower on mastery quizzes compared to those who continued to code by hand, and that's like 2 letter grades in school, right?
Yeah,
which is not insignificant.
Were the AI coders allowed to code with AI? Like, were they? Did there,
The AI coders? No, I don't think. Yeah, that's funny.
If I'm an AI coder and you take away my AI, it's gonna suck ass. It makes sense.
Right. I don't know. I didn't fully read the thing because I was also confused. I'm like, I read the abstract and I was like, and nowhere in the abstract does it mention this mastery quiz thing, and I'm like, wait, what?
Okay.
Thing. Anyways, that was a bit confusing.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's true because there was a really famous. A really famous study from last year, I think, at some point, that did actually study like seasoned open source contributors and had them.
Yeah, I recall.
Had them estimate like how long it's going to take me with AI, how long it's going to take me without AI, and then did a control group, split 50% of the issues. And
takes longer.
Lo and behold,
AI
takes longer. With AI, takes longer.
Beautiful.
Shit. Beautiful. Anyways, there's things I agree with in here.
It's because you're not using it enough. You're not going hard enough. This is the counter argument, right? Which is like, you're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, dummy. You need to go all in.
Yeah. There's things I agree with here, and there's things I don't. And I think that the things I agree with, like he does go on to talk about, things you can do to help you deal with this feeling of identity crisis and these feelings and stuff like that. And he gives you a bit of a framework and stuff, and things like for the skill erosion problem, to deliberately try to preserve your craft, right? So, for instance, I know you asked me in text like, how did you use AI this week, and I actually didn't get to because it was a lot of meetings and collaboration and stuff because I'm here with the team. But one of the things I was doing was. One of our repos that manages a lot of our pipelines is actually pretty heavy on the FPTS and functional programming, and I hadn't been in there in a while, so I couldn't remember like what's a bracket again, and what's the difference between an either and a task either. And so I was using AI to reload a lot of functional programming concepts into my brain, or FPTS concepts into my brain. I guess both.
And just to refresh my memory, FPTS is a library suited to enable functional programming in TypeScript, but
correct.
It's opinionated and it has its own kind of meta.
It's very opinionated. It's very we would joke a lot when I was previously at Reactor. We would joke that the docs are very much learn category theory or fuck off.
Oh, okay. Right. Sure.
Makes you feel super smart once you wrap your head around it, but yeah, there's a bit of a blocker. Anyways, back to this idea of things I agree with and things I don't. So something else he said was that one of the other, I don't know, pointers, or maybe the last pointer was, except that this might not be your era.
I saw that, yeah. Except that your time is coming to a close and the sun is setting on the land in which you can live. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
in all seriousness, what I would say about that is, I believe that's a bit of a false premise, because that's kind of accepting that everything you've said prior in the article is fact. And
true, right?
It ain't, bud. We're not there yet. Like,
Yeah.
you're seeing all these things and people moving quickly, but like a lot of that is driven by a lot of bad decisioning and stuff like that, which I think probably leads to our next topic.
I was thinking about it too, because it's so easy. It is so easy to get like FOMO'd to death when you look at what's people are writing and people are saying.
Oh,
and
God.
I mean, as I've mentioned before, Twitter is a. I open up Twitter and I'm like, I'm fucked. Oh no. But all these, like, everyone's got an angle and got something to sell too, right? As well as I was thinking about kind of Andrej Karpathy, right? I think about Andrej Karpathy a lot.
That dude went from being like, we're not there, LLMs, or it's all slop, to like a month later being like, agents of the future, we're all fucked.
It's done. We're done.
And I was like, what guy?
I was thinking about kind of, some of the and he's obviously hugely influential, and everybody follows his Twitters and is just like word of God kind of thing. And I was thinking about it, and it's like, dude is also just a dude. So like, he's right about some and he's wrong about some He's just a dude. He obviously is in a much different position in terms of seeing things and having knowledge, but also some of the anecdotal things he's referenced that, like, software development is dead. Look, the old ways of working are indeed dead. We need to adapt and change and learn, but it's not, as a craft and as a skill, we don't know what that means. We have no idea. Well, we might have some idea what that means. But his anecdotal references were like, he vibe coded an app to manage his security camera at home, which in the past he would have pediddled on and taken him 3 weeks, and he did it in an hour with prompting and did no introspection, inspection of the code, and it works and it serves his needs. For me, that correlates almost not at all to like how the world works. Like,
yeah,
that's
if
great.
something's wrong with that app, how many people does it affect?
It affects him.
Like,
exactly. It affects him, and it's not interconnected. It's not interdependent. It's not part of a larger system of commerce and, like interconnected systems and systems and systems of the world. And so that's where it's. I mean, that's where I think my position is still wait and see.
Yes.
Moving on, I would.
Yeah. The next article was my favorite thing that I read in the last little while, but only because
this article by Gurgley. Oh, he's been writing.
Yeah.
Pragmatic Engineer.
He's been writing a lot. He runs his own Substack called The Pragmatic Engineer. He's wonderful. He's also got a accompanying podcast, which excellent episode that I listened to recently, which he interviewed Mitchell Hashimoto, the founder the founder of HashiCorp, and now the leader of the Ghosty team. Both technologies which I've used extensively.
Is Garelli the guy who was he an engineering manager at Uber, or I can't remember?
Yes, he's been at multiple Silicon Valley. He's been around the block, and he knows his shit.
Companies. Yeah, cool dude. And, great connections too. Can get a lot of and a good enjoy his work.
And a great podcast.
And Gargelli, if you are interested in appearing on Yelling at Robots, we will drop contact information. I'll reach out to you on LinkedIn for our next, maybe our first guest. But it will probably be like, he's like, you
huge
my name Gurgley, motherfetcher.
Right.
Like, it just seemed fun. I'm sorry, I've never heard your name spoken before.
That's true.
Okay, so
anyways, he had this article called "Are AI Agents Actually Slowing Us Down?"
The answer is yes, and it was a very short article.
It was only 7 parts. No, it was actually very well researched and thought out, and he's referencing both data and opinions from other leaders in the field who are like still in the trenches. The first few things he points out are like the right off the top. The first example is like the degraded flagship website of Anthropic itself. And the example he shows is if you dig into the example and you have built any front end thing in any capacity, you'd be like, how did no one catch this bug? This is insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that. There's the increase in SEVs or severity incidents at Amazon that they are like, well, juniors always need a senior to like sign off on their work now, which that should solve it. He goes on to talk about.
Sorry, let's pause there just in case people. I mean, there is so much news that comes out. So this Amazon adaptation is a result of a couple very, very serious outages at Amazon. They call them SEVs in their parlance. One that was caused by an AI agent that was doing automatic, I think it was automatic infrastructure configuration and whatnot. That was some time back. And then a recent one that was a junior engineer who took mistaken advice from an agent that was fed data off of an out-of-date, Confluence space, and then was just like, well, agent said, bloop, and caused 13 hours of downtime for a credit. I don't remember what service it was. It
was ironically for their like version of Cursor or their AI coding thing. If I'm not mistaken, we might have to check that, but like that.
As a result, so Amazon then instituted a policy that no junior devs are allowed to ship code without a senior checking off on it. Which also the other relevant factor, and I don't think that it's in our agenda, is that Amazon, in an absolutely insane, like, have we learned nothing in the last 40 years, it uses token usage as a performance metric for engineers. Were you aware of this?
Oh, is Amazon doing that? Because I thought it was just Meta. Well, I guess Meta and Uber are doing it for sure. So that's point
Amazon
3 that he talks about in this. Amazon's probably also doing it because if one does it, they all start fucking doing it.
I believe so. I mean, I guess I could be mistaken. I'll check. I'll absolutely not check that after the episode or put that in the show notes because I'm too busy. But just take it for true. These dipshits are like managing to the numbers and optimizing.
They're definitely doing it Meta and Uber. There are teams doing it. Yes, there are engineering managers at Meta and Uber tracking token usage, and that is a metric that will be on your performance review. How many tokens are you tokening? Are you maxing? What is it called? Token maxing.
Token maxing. I want a T-shirt. Token maxing.
I'm sure nobody could game that.
It's just kind of like learn nothing from bad management practices in the last 50 years, 60. We've known these
not even bad management practices, just like either basic like economics and like incentives.
Yeah. So carry
on. Read
a
book, you assholes.
Read a book. Read any book ever written. Okay, so back to Gergely.
Yeah, so he talks about that. That was like the third section, and I would encourage anyone who hasn't signed up for the Pragmatic Engineer.
It's a great one
to check it out. It's great.
Yeah.
But my favorite section was because it's a tool I use, which is OpenCode. OpenCode is a open source terminal based orchestration way to speak to your LLM of choice and use it in your I personally, because I do terminal based work, I prefer to stay in that. That's part of my workflow. I didn't want to start leaving to have to figure out how to use VS Code or Cursor or whatever. So OpenCode gave me a way to do that, and it's really configurable, well designed. It's great. It's kind of like Claude CLI, but more flexible. Although it's
Claude for dorks.
Yeah, exactly. For
it's an open source Claude alternative, agentic harness, coding harness, managing all of these skills, agents, has and shares. Well, and we'll get into that actually when I talk about what I did in AI this week.
Sure.
But yes.
Yeah.
Indeed, OpenCode. Check it out.
So OpenCode's great. They did get in a fight recently with Claude, and Claude has said you are no longer allowed to connect to our API. So, God damn it. Anyways, but OpenCode, the actual team, he references something that Dax, the team lead, whatever you want to call it, like the guy who started the project, warned about, which is just that and this is really interesting, that not a lot of people think about this, is just it's so easy to make a feature these days, or ship code that no one stops to say, should we do this? Yeah. And I think that's it. And then that also that dopamine hit and that that speed at which you can pump this stuff out, it discourages like revisiting for refactoring and taking a look at like what we've built over the last month and is any of this still being used? And you can just slowly bury yourself under code and probably technical debt. So that's another interesting thing that he talks about. Yeah. The CTO of Sentry has actual metrics. Sentry is if for those of you who don't know, is alongside like a New Relic or a lot of these tools. It's a instrumentation tool that developers and teams use to measure incidents that happen in their applications and then debug them and figure out what's wrong and where in the code something exploded, yada yada yada. So it's a very good tool. We've used it at Paramount. The CTO of Sentry has actual data that says that it is producing bloated, hard to maintain code, and it has slowed down long-term velocity.
Right.
Cool.
Well, cool.
I didn't call that
Great.
one.
Feels good though. Feels good, man.
Feels good. Feels good.
Feels good. Tell the bot to do it, and then get it done, and then ship it. Feels good. Done. I'm already done. Well, the thing.
Yeah, but the fucked up thing is that we all know, like it does. When teams start to adopt this stuff and move quickly, like it does, you get short-term gains, 100%.
Right.
Velocity's increased over the last month. Surprise.
Right.
Well, when we're doing 22 to 27 PRs a day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you remember, Fuzz, a couple episodes back, I christened Shower Thoughts. Shower Thoughts. I have a shower thought, which is it's generative AI. So, indeed, it speeds up the generation. We're speed up output. It doesn't mean we're speeding up, and maybe this is kind of coming back to what Gergely is talking about. It's not speeding up progress, necessarily. It's speeding up output and generating more and more output, which I think you can't make a case that actually will slow down progress when pieces of output need to interact with each other or do things or, like blah, blah, blah. The product side of things is also a really interesting one. And I experience this because I am a Claude user. I'm a pretty committed to the Claude ecosystem, Claude code. But, although we'll come back to that, their product sucks from a product standpoint. In terms of, just like in terms of it is, you can do Claude Chat, you can do Claude Coworker, you can do Claude Code. Now, there's 3 tabs all in the desktop application. When should you use which? What extensions and plugins should you use? There's Claude Skills. There's skills. You can install a skill, and there's a skill marketplace, but there's also plugins, and you can install plugins, and there's a Parker marketplace, but then you can install MCPs, and there's an MCP marketplace, and it's like, how do I use this tool effectively? Like, what should I do? What's kind of best practices, or what's going to help me use this tool?
Oh, yeah, they're not nudging
in the
you
most effective way. Yeah. No, they're not helping me be effective using the tool, and they're introducing so much change on such a regular basis that it's like, me as an engineer, it's like, I want to have a repeatable environment in which I can create the work processes and practices that work the best for me. But it needs to be repeatable. I need to understand it. And I need to be able, if my computer crashes, how quickly can I recreate this environment? And the way that the tool is currently built right now, I think it would be really hard. It's much more moving backwards to like you lucked out on a pattern and a path and the right MCPs enabled and the right skills enabled so that it doesn't get confused, so that it's picking the right tools when it's doing the things. But it's completely alchemical. It's not engineered. It's not actually repeatable. And that, for me, is also like, it's at least connected to this kind of, we need a marketplace. Claude, build a marketplace. It's like, hey, how about plugins? Plugins is something people talk about. Plugins. And then, and as well as kind of the pace of change is so much that I think it's a disservice to the users, because users take time to learn. Like anyone who's worked on a product,
a pattern, 100%.
Well, to learn a pattern, and it's like, I don't want this thing to change very much because that makes me adapt and change is hard and painful. So,
I think to your point though, like your point earlier, that it's not this is at multiple levels. Like the wait and see. Like adopt these things slowly or whatever, but like I think that what am I trying to say here? I don't think they know what the patterns should be.
Definitely not.
So
of
they're
course
just
they don't.
throwing
Nobody can know.
spaghetti at the wall. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Yet this is all emergent practice. There's so much pressure to deliver the return on investment that there's not actually time to fuck around or play or experiment. Or, it's like if you've got your performance review coming up and you need to be token maxing, it's like, well, I actually just wanted to bedoodle around a little bit with a skill. I want to
bedoodle around with some tokens.
I just want to padoodle. And the padoodling's not going to make me use very many tokens.
There's another thing that the article mentions, which is interesting too, is after studying, it says here 807 open source repositories on GitHub. This study from Carnegie Mellon talked about that velocity gains and commits and lines of codes are short-lived and tech debt, blah 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 blah. But one thing that was really interesting was that AI seems to write more complex code than humans. And compound that over time until you need to go in there and fix something yourself.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be great. So it's maybe going back to the orchestrator, the idea of being an orchestrator. Part of your job as an orchestrator is to make sure that things are being done in a way that you want them done, in the way that you would expect, and not just letting the agents run wild for a few months until.
Well, there's this. I mean, this is kind of the open claw premise, which is if you, and this is agent, the whole agent design. Give it a goal and give it tools, and turn it loose, and it will eventually, if it has the capabilities, it will eventually achieve its goal. Or that's the premise, right?
So this was and this was the argument that the friends of mine made, or one of the arguments he made, and he also talked about he's built his own little agent framework where he gets these things to not fight each other, but argue with each other. So one will do something, and there's like a red team agent that comes in and says, "No, this sucks, and here's why," and then they go back and forth. And they'll actually do this in PRs too, like. Yeah.
Sure.
And that's really interesting.
Nitpick agent.
But his point was, if I can move, and I don't know that I necessarily had a. I mean, I think there will be long tail effects to this, but he did make the point that if I can, the cost of being wrong has gone down a lot, right? So I can if I can move quickly and be wrong 9 times and then get it right the 10th time. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do that before this. That would have taken a human a long time to do that. I mean, I probably wouldn't have been wrong 9 times, maybe.
Yeah, but what does it mean? I think my question in that scenario is, like, what does it mean to be wrong? Is it being wrong while you're deciding what to commit? Like, what to actually stamp into a version? Or is it being wrong 3 months from now, when both you and the agents have lost all context and understanding of the problem at hand? Or I don't know. It is an interesting, I think that's the counter argument, right? Which is, indeed, maybe agents generate more complicated code. What's the solution to that? More agents. More agents. Let's make more agents. We're going to have 5 agents that are critical dickheads who are pushing for simplicity, and then we'll have 1 agent
total
who's just
fucking neckbeards.
Yeah. And meanwhile, NVIDIA is just rubbing its hands with glee, right?
Yes.
Because even there was I think actually I said GTC, whatever, the NVIDIA conference happened while we were on our break, and I mean, it's really clear Jensen Huang is essentially just, this is the tap. Tokens, intelligence is the tap, right? And it's like, use more intelligence, pay for intelligence. Intelligence is a commodity. And it's like, and they control the pipes.
And scam altcoins out there saying the same thing. That's what I texted you about that. I was like,
you did.
We could have. Did you get my reference?
What was the text?
God, just so for context for anyone listening, Sam Altman said, he basically talked about the future where intelligence is like a commodity and we pay for intelligence.
That's right.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, we could have had the Federation of Planets, and instead we're getting Weyland-Yutani.
Oh yeah, Weyland-Yutani, which is of course the dystopian company from Blade Runner, I believe.
No, from Alien, from the Alien universe.
Is it this? Oh, even better, even better.
Yeah. Oh, it might be in both, actually. I guess it's both Ridley Scott. Maybe Weyland-Yutani is also.
I think it actually is the same company.
There you go. It's such a megacorp.
Yeah.
That it spans universes. And yeah, people are just oppressed and put into debt for this one company that everyone owes money to.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, sorry, you want more intelligence? Like, you need to earn your intelligence tokens by, like heading down to the sex farm. I don't know how you earn intelligence tokens.
Get down to the dock, start moving boxes.
Like. Those little nimble fingers are still good for a couple things that the bots haven't figured out.
Yeah.
Dark times, my friend.
Dark times. Anyways, I would encourage everyone to read that article.
Good
Incredibly
article.
well done. Great article. Well researched. Confirming most of my biases.
Always
Wonderful.
the best articles.
The best articles where you're like, oh my God, I was so right.
I was right. Once again. It's hard. It's hard to be Ian Fosbury.
It is.
And be right
It is.
so much
Okay.
all the time.
All right, buddy. Next topic. Buckle up, folks.
ChatGPT After Hours. This is... I was so excited to talk about this one. And then...
I'm so glad that I didn't know about this. I hadn't been following it. What a fucking... spectacular dumpster fire this idea was.
I'm so sad, because I was really looking forward to the rollout of this. And this is an article. OpenAI had planned to basically release adult mode for ChatGPT, an erotic setting. Dial up your ChatGPT to suck.
We would literally
sucky. Oh my God.
What was the actual quote from Sam Altman? He said, "We need to start treating adults like adults."
You turn 18 and you're issued a fleshlight and a dildo and a live connection to ChatGPT. You're an adult. Yeah, this is how we treat adults. I don't know. So Sam Altman, who's desperately just looking for money. I think at this point it's really clear. Yeah. Sam Altman is just flop sweat looking for money however he can.
Guys, there are no bad ideas in brainstorming.
I think this went a little bit beyond brainstorming. This went to the point at which Sam Altman, they have an advisory board, a show pony advisory board, much like Meta's advisory board, where Zuckerberg's just like, thanks guys, I'm going to do what I wanted to do anyways. Thanks for the rubber stamp that I will ignore.
Yeah.
And the advisory board came, so Sam was proposing adult mode, treat adults like adults, and allow them to have sex with their computers, which, that's not really that big a change. We've been having sex with our computers for at least 30 years. And the advisory board was like, absolutely not. This is just a horrible idea. We already don't have good mechanisms of control for age verification. And one of the advisors was like, we're basically about to publish a suicide sex bot and something along those lines. And then Sam Altman indeed was like, okay, thanks for the advice. It's just advice. F you. It will be out, in 3 weeks' time. Needless to say, there was a ton of blowback and way too much attention on this story. And they've turned tail and decided to cancel ChatGPT After Hours, which, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that, Foz? You have anything on the story you want to...
No, I honestly just wanted to listen to you talk and then make a bunch of jokes about it.
Jokes. Sex jokes! Well, it's also... I have so many thoughts about this. So one of which is, I would have loved to have been, I want to be in the retro for the development team for ChatGPT After Hours. Like,
what did we do well this week?
Like, I'm a QA. Oh, I'm a QA engineer at OpenAI. Oh, cool, man. Like, tell me about your week. It's like, well, I had sex with a computer. Like, I don't know. Oh my God. Because the other part is like, is this? Well, I mean, and I don't. I mean, obviously, I don't know the details of how they're training these models and whatnot. But is this like how much of this is? At what point in the training cycle is the sex part? Is this like pre-training? Is this fine tuning? Is this sexy fine tuning? Like,
is this a rag?
They give ChatGPT 5.4 a couple mags, put it in a room, a couple dirty mags. Yeah. I don't have much more on this one other than I'm both absolutely relieved that it's not going to happen and sorely disappointed because it would have been amazing.
I think we could agree that it was a horrible idea and we shouldn't do it, but at the same time, God damn, this would have produced so much great content.
Wow. It's like okay. All right, I've got a pitch too, which is it's a coding agent, but it's a coding agent backed by the SexBot LLM. Like,
yes, we could have. What could have been?
I want to pause for a moment, Ian, and ask you a serious question. Are we doing a disservice to the world by generating more content, like more podcasts? One more. There are, like, are we the problem? Are we part of the problem? Question.
Maybe.
Cool. Do you want to put one more in here? Or?
Well, real quickly, the whole Meta acquires MoltBook. First of all, I had to get someone to explain to me last night what the hell MoltBook is.
You didn't know what MoltBook is? Oh, I'm on MoltBook.
I had heard,
time, man.
I had heard the description of it, which is like it's an AI. What is it? What would people say? It's an agentic social network.
Facebook for agents, dude. It's just Facebook for agents.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first time I heard that, that's what I thought. But then I also was like, that can't be what that is. It's got to be something different.
Nope.
And that's not. It's just a bunch of computers posting some shit, and you can go read it.
It was this for me is just such a beautiful representation of how terrible a leader Mark Zuckerberg is. You know that
it's
like
the metaverse all over again.
Kudos to the MoltBook team for just like creating something that a dipshit billionaire was like. We need.
This honestly feels like it felt like now that I know what it is, I feel like the people who created this was the total troll.
Oh, yeah,
and now they're taking they're running home with a giant bag. Good for them.
Yes, but this was an interesting one. And MoltBook, kind of like observation of MoltBook, generated a tremendous amount of buzz when it was first launched because you had these kind of conversations back and forth, and like the agents created their own religion. And there's, it was actually more like Reddit for bots than Facebook, because there would be kind of like.
Yeah, that's what my friend described it as. She said she was like, it's Reddit. Yeah.
Well, so the things that came out later, a few things. One, within about a week or two, it devolved into spam bots trying to either install malware on your machines or get you to buy crypto. Like really, really deeply.
Oh,
like,
God. We always end at the same place, whether it's agents or humans. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's like, follow the dumb money. And
idiocracy is where we're going.
And two, there was actually lots of evidence that quite a few of the posts were not made by agents. So they had...
Oh, really?
Okay. Well, and three, the security of the site wasn't great. I'm just going to throw that out there. Oh, and four... The way that the site is designed, of course, how do you connect to this thing? You wire up your OpenClaw to it, man. So of course, everyone.
Oh God.
Yes, that's how it. That's the whole thing.
I knew because I knew it was related to OpenClaw or MoltBot, Claude. What was it originally called?
MoltBot. I think it was MoltBot. I feel like it was Claudebot. It was Claudebot. No. Claude sued them. Then they went MoltBot, but they didn't buy the...
MoltBot was the middle one. Yeah.
Well, MoltBot, they didn't buy the URL, and then like a spammer bought the URL and was installing malware.
Oh, that's why they had to change it.
Yes. They changed it to MoltBot without buying the URL.
So, idiots.
if I've learned one thing in my many years of development is the minute you have an idea, the most important thing for you to do is spend at least 2 or 3 days buying a domain for it. Like, before you do anything. Definitely don't do any work. And don't tell anybody about it. Be like, I got to get the domain just right. Which, by the way, I did
100%.
buy a domain for us, which I don't know if I've told you.
Yeah.
It's robot.gripe.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if that's
that was
good or
genius.
not.
I thought that was
Robot.gripe.
fucking wonderful.
I didn't
We
even know
will, we
there-
will, on one of these episodes, we are going to one-shot our website, and it's going to be great.
That's a great idea. Yes, I love that idea.
It's on the Miro board.
Is it?
It's on the board.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
well, we have great ideas. I don't have a great memory. Over to you, Ian.
Yeah.
You were saying something about MoltBook.
Oh right, so I knew that I knew Claude sued them or cease and desisted them, and then they went to MoltBot, and then I never read the story of MoltBot to OpenClaw because I just assumed they were like, well, MoltBot's a dumb name.
No, they just
We should change
they
it.
just-
We changed it in
No.
a hurry, and now we've got a
No.
better idea, and we're going to OpenClaw. And I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I never looked
No.
up the fact that they just fucked up.
Yeah, they just
Anyways.
effed up. It's no big deal. But the other piece of that, which is just it ties into kind of the larger narrative I think you hear Ian and I talk about, which is the way that MoltBook is implemented. There's actually a heartbeat prompt, I guess, that when you prompt your OpenClaw to pull a heartbeat from MoltBook, which is it's going to download a file every 5 minutes or an hour or something, and then run it. And so it's basically like, yeah. So it's like,
Oh, oh my God.
so, no. So it's just like, hey, machine on my machine with total autonomy over my machine. Go to like some random website every 5 minutes and pull down prompt instructions and do what it says. And it's just like,
I'm tired, boss.
okay, well, that's probably enough for today. I've got to get to work.
Sorry. The one last thing. I know
did
you
you
got to
have-
go.
Yeah,
I
please.
do want.
No,
I
no.
do want your thoughts as someone
sure.
who's been in the film industry, because obviously
I love my
this is a
thoughts.
big fucking deal.
Ah, right,
that
right,
Caused
right.
the whole Screenwriters Guild
Yeah.
strike of yesteryear.
Yes.
But what do you think about that? There's been I can't remember which director. What's the director's name?
Don't recall. Do not recall.
Director Corte Voorhees. What has that guy made before? Anyways, he wrote a film, and he really wanted Val Kilmer to play it, and Val Kilmer obviously tragically passed away from cancer last year, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's been working with the estate of Val Kilmer, and they have agreed to allow him to make the film and entirely AI generate him in the role. And I don't know how to feel about this.
It's fraught. It's incredibly fraught. And I think that what's my reaction? You won't be able to stop this. Like this will happen. This is going to happen in terms of the ability of models to generate repeatable, identifiable characters who perform, repeated, like that you can have consistency of character and scene and world between shots, basically, right? Which has been the limiting factor up until now, and that's continued to improve, and that will improve to the point at which you can generate stuff that you can. There will be a fully AI generated movie at some point, for sure. I think we'll have to see. Will I watch this film? Probably not. Sounds like a dumb plot. I'm more of an action guy. Put dead Val Kilmer in Top Gun 15. I'm in, right?
Yeah. That's happened
you know,
for me. That's happened with age. Unfortunately, is like
What's that?
like still to this day, my favorite film ever is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, really? Okay.
If it came out today, probably wouldn't watch it.
You're like, meh, sounds dumb. Yeah.
What do you
yeah,
say? It sounds
yeah.
dumb. It's too like, I don't know. It's just being older
heady?
with kids. I think that it's too.
Not enough explosions? What?
It's too emotionally draining. Right?
That sounds tiring.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds tiring.
Sounds like a thinker.
Really.
Sounds like a thinker. I don't really.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Yeah.
I think enough.
Yeah. I just want to shut my brain off and see the superheroes fight it out. You know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Ugh.
I think I do suspect that there will remain and continue an audience and a place for like real film or real performances, regardless of what you're able to do in AI. I think that there will be some sort of, and whether that translates, like whether you can tell the difference or not, like if your knowledge of the provenance of this thing will change your experience of it, right?
That's
like
true.
And so I do think that there will still be a place, but I also I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder. I often wonder, what would Val think?
Well, we own the rights to the character, and you perform the character, and now we're going to make the character, do whatever we want. You, actor. Right?
ChatGPT After Hours with Val Kilmer.
And on that note, folks, that's the episode. Foz, any thoughts, any last thoughts you'd like to share with people before we push on for the day?
No.
No last thoughts for me. Just keep calm and carry on. Don't freak. Try to tamp down the freak out, everybody. This is mostly what I just tell myself every day. Is like, don't freak out. Change is happening. If you can carve out some time to around, play with the systems, experiment, see what it means to you, I think you're going to be in good shape. So, exactly. With that, episode 5 in the can. I will be publishing. Yeah, the only other note here is I will be attempting to publish episode 4 tomorrow. That means that we have crossed the most dangerous threshold for a young podcast. 54% of all podcasts never make it past episode 3. So if I can survive one more day and hit publish, we're in, bro.
We're
locked in.
Stuck with us, internet.
Thanks, folks. Have a great afternoon, morning, whatever, wherever you are. That's a wrap.
You just survived another episode of Yelling at Robots. Better luck next time.